All right. All right. What's going on, everybody? So we are over to 10K training now and 6 key workouts for milestones. We're going to start with sub 60 minutes. I'm going to work down to sub 30 minutes. 10K is a logical step up point from the 5K. I just did a 5K video series from sub 22 down to sub 14. We'll take a look at those as well. After we do the 10K, we're going to pivot to the half marathon, do a series, and then the marathon, do a series. So if this is your first time here and you're a coach or an athlete, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe. I've got almost 400 videos for you for free at your disposal. I'm going to continue doing this. But today we're talking about 6 key workouts and principles to achieve a sub 60 minute or sub 1 hour 10K, especially folks who are beginners who want to move up from 5K and everything. So first one is 8 times an 800 meters. This is a good rhythm workout. Okay. Talking about 447 down to about 445-ish or something like that, 446. That's essentially from 10K pace down to 5K pace. Okay. Mostly rhythm. Actually, no, 447 down to about 437, excuse me. 10K pace down to 5K pace. It's a progression over time. Okay. It's good rhythm. It's under distance. This is a good early to mid-season workout as well, particularly since if you're not ready to go up to the distance yet itself. So the distance is key. Okay. The amount of volume is key. Over distance early, over to equal distance mid, equal distance or under at low. Next one here is a breakdown between, this is a good actually progression over time. So you do a 1.5 mile at tempo, okay, at 9:46 at about 48 per mile. Then you take a 5-minute active recovery. Then you do a 1.5 mile at 10K pace, okay, 9:34 to 9:30 per mile. You take another 5 to 4 minute recovery, and then you do 6 times 400 meters with a 100-meter jog. This is at about 5K pace, so 217 to 216 per rep or something like that. The tempo part helps to elevate the heart rate, to transition to the more intense work, 10K pace, to transition to the faster stuff towards the end. So it's a great way of doing this workout. All right. So that's workout number 2. Now pivoting over to workout number 3. This is something that I encourage a lot of folks to do anyway. It's a rolling long run. The slide will pop up in a second. Long runs, essentially, if you can build up to 60 minutes or so for a 5K over time. And again, that's if you're planning on also running faster in a 5K, but also potentially moving up. Building up to 60 minutes is key. As you transition upward to the 10K, if you can get to the point where you're doing 60 minutes to about 90 minutes, that's a good thing too, because what it does also is it helps you transition upward to the half marathon if you want to do that. But it also continues to build strength. So if you want to move back down for a 5K, you've done that as well. So you've got your rolling long run, and doing it in the rolling area helps to build leg strength, helps increase your threshold capacity. And if it's softer surface, it's much more forgiving on your legs. So you can handle more volume like this if it's softer. And the running uphill is a lot more forgiving than running on the flats. So a rolling long run is absolutely critical if you have access to rolling hills and stuff like that. Next up, this is a pace mix workout. You do 2 miles of tempo, get 9:40, 9:45 per mile, take a 5-minute recovery. Then you find your short hill nearby, 8 times 30-second uphill runs. Again, attacking the uphill, staying upright, pumping the arms, lifting the knees, okay? Working on that leg power and that leg speed. You jog down nice and easy. Also lean into the hill to stay perpendicular, protect your joints. You take a 5-minute recovery after the last one. Then you do 2 miles at 10K pace, about 9:34 to 9:30 per mile. You take a 5-minute active recovery, and then you do, again, 8 times 30-second uphill runs, okay? And what this does also is not only give you pace variation, but with those hill runs, it's fatiguing the legs, helping you see how well you recover from the tempo part, but also to see how well you respond and go back to 10K pace afterward when your legs are already fatigued. So this is a good workout as well. And then in the hills at the end is to simulate attacking and turning over when you're fatigued. That helps to simulate flat running too. And at some point you can transition those last hill repeats to flat sprints or 150s or 200s, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different ways you can vary the workout, but this is a great early season workout. This is a staple workout. 7 to 8. You're building towards 7 to 8 times 1 kilometer. Okay. At some point, as you get fitter and more experienced and faster, you want to build up to 10 kilometers. Okay. But right here is 7 to 8 times 1K. Okay. With a 2-minute recovery at 6 minutes to 5 to 56 per rep. So it's essentially 10K pace or slightly faster, maybe working down towards 5K pace for your last rep or two if you can. This is a great staple workout. And just like the 800s, you can continue to do these with a short recovery because the distance isn't like a 2K and a mile and a half repeat. So staple reps of 1,000 meters. And lastly, this one is good. It's a progression run, 5 to 6, building towards 5 to 6 mile progression run. You start at about 90 seconds slower than 10K pace. So here, For these purposes, your 10K pace is about 9:34 to 9:30 per mile. You start at about 11 minutes per mile, and you work your way down over time. You can cut 15 seconds per mile. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. And you can run 2 miles, 2 miles, 2 miles, and cut 30 seconds per mile each 2 miles. So there's a lot of ways you can do it. But as long as you're progressively getting faster throughout the run, okay, this is a great way of getting you prepared to kind of progressively get faster in races and a lot of other things as well, and workouts as well. So, but those 6 workouts, let me know what you think. Reach out to me directly if you need, any personalized coaching advice, blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. I'm here to help. And next up, we're going to talk about a sub 55-minute 10K. Again, the progression over time and what the workouts are going to look like. And you will see the progression if you start from the top and kind of work your way down. So, but I wanted to get all these time ranges because especially if you're a coach working with a whole bunch of different levels of runners, you'll have a lot of different workouts at your disposal. So have a good week, everybody. Train hard, train smart. Talk to you next time.